Barger-Lite being a low profile, a lot of light, controllable source. You can put it where you want to put it. And then the other thing that equates to it, it has more light than you need, and what a beauty that is. You're always fighting for space no matter what it is. Even on stages, when you have these huge stages, you're always fighting for space, and especially on practical locations. So, I mean, there you have it. You have a very low profile, and you can fill a source in a very, very tight space. And again, the hanging capability of them. They're also very versatile. You can go with any source. As Socopex, you can plug them in house power. They're just versatile. So the basic thing is it comes down to is how simple it's to use. Also, what's nice about it is it can be bounced. You can spin it around and bounce it into even a bigger source, a big 12. We've even filled 12 by 12s with them. So the quality of it also is dimmable, is for my use. And also we find out that just by simply replacing some bulbs with 300, 500, or 750s, now you have the versatility there of either going with a 3, a 5, a 7 quickly. You just hit a switch and you have the amount of light. I bought some as soon as I heard about them. That was one of the first purchases I thought that would make sense in my arsenal. And it's not about, I'm not a rental house, and it's not about making money on equipment. It's for me is to be able to have it there with me in my arsenal to have available in my lighting package. Getting back to simply that the light can be put where you need to put it, far back enough in the room that you can get grip equipment in front of it, and then you can shape the light, and it's all about the control, and that's the beauty of it. I personally own 4. My gaffer, I think, has probably the same amount. So parts of the light is right. By being able to switch the bulbs and put in different wattage bulbs in there, you can, rather than dimming and losing color temperature, simply by hitting the switches, you can change the amount of density, the amount of light you're putting out.
However, when the lights come back on and the flare goes out, and all around, whenever the Punisher is standing on this dining room table and he's killing all these people all the way around the table, everywhere he would turn, there'd be a Barger-Lite shining to give his eyes. You know, the 3-light Barger-Lite essentially was my Obi light for that show. There was always one of these right above the camera, always. And very often one of these shoved in underneath or beside the camera to fill that. And then if we were doing a dialogue session and not some sort of big action scene, I would do a wrap with 6K Bargers behind the camera coming around. And you know, because you have so many switches, it's really easy to do a wrap so that you go from less to more light or more to less. You can just click, you know, 1 on, 2 on, 3 on, 4 on, you know, what have you, all the way around. It's very simple. No big shakes or arithmetic to make that work. It's fabulous. I recently moved into big features, and I shot a $40 million movie called The Punisher Warzone for Lionsgate Marvel. And I was certain that when I moved into these big features that I wouldn't need to utilize these tools anymore, that I'd have all the time in the world to do whatever I wanted to do, to bounce gigantic sources, what have you. Well, the truth of the matter is that no matter how much your budget is, you still are at a loss for time. You still have to hurry. There's always deadlines. There's actors that have turnaround issues, and you have to get the quality and controllability of light that you're comfortable with in a fast time. And the Barger-Lite is the one tool that I could really rely on day and night, no matter what was going on, to deliver soft, effective, fast lighting. Light that doesn't bother the actors. It doesn't bother their eye lines. It's not bright and brash. It doesn't bother my electricians, because they can pick the thing up and move it around to the other side of the camera if I need them to quickly. And that also makes the producers very happy, because I don't go into overtime. As a matter of fact, on our 40-day, $40 million shoot, we went into overtime this many times. Started off shooting music videos. I shot somewhere around 350, and I've shot independent features. I shot around 30 independent movies. When I first got into shooting the independent movies, I was looking for tools that were quick to use, that were effective, and that were complementary to the actors' faces. The thing that really has made the biggest impression on me in that aspect of my career is the Barger-Lite.
When he first showed me the Barger-Lite, the first Barger-Lite, I looked at the front of the chimera bag, and I said, finally, that's the most even light I've seen coming out of a chimera. And I immediately started looking at this piece of equipment that was so simply done, and yet it was strong. It had body to the head, and it was just 6 inline bulbs. So it was a very great solution for finally using the chimeras, which I've used since they were available to us on Stuart Little, and started using them from that point on. I've never gone out on a lighting show without taking at least one Barger. Now I kind of go out with 2 of the big ones and 2 three bangers because they're always in my pocket. I know that if I want a nice, smooth, strong light, I can put a Barger up, and there it is. Talking about Mrs. Harris, I rigged a set with 2 Bargers on each side. It was a dining room set, and I had the 2 Bargers, or 3 on either side, I think it was, and they were all in socket effects. I can never say that right, but we were on dimmers with them, so that when we were shooting in one direction, I could get a strong backlight, and we were shooting in the other direction, I could get a strong backlight without re-rigging anything, and it was a really great way to use the set.
The Barger-Lite is the perfect thing for us because it's versatile. It's got the 3 bulbs. It allows us to we can use it on our set. We can take it down a hallway and stick it into a wall and just use one of the bulbs if we want. We can bulb it differently if we want. One of the things we always hated about putting a chimera on, like for instance a 2K open face, was it gets really droopy. And you put a lot of force, a lot of weight on that yoke, and the yoke eventually just wears out, and you got to replace it, or it'll droop in the middle of a shot. And the Barger-Lite never does that. The yoke locks and it's solid. For the big backstage scenes, the big backstage set, the Barger-Lite gives us a lot of light. It's soft, it's versatile. We can use it on our dimmers. We can plug it into a wall, and it's the perfect thing for us.
We saw that the light was extremely well built and durable, but compact enough to still fit in the available space that we had. We also liked the fact that it had 3 switches and 3 bulbs, each that could be independently controlled, so we could easily run it off of a wall outlet anywhere around the arena that we might need to go, or run it off of our dimmer systems and our distributed power that we use on places like the set right behind me, various other sets that we build throughout the day. It has proven to be an excellent lighting resource. It does everything we need it to do, gives us plenty of output, and also is extremely durable and extremely versatile.